welcome back to my channel. Yeah, basically I know I haven't filmed a video in like 100 years, but I've been really busy recently. I know I always say that, but I recently started like a biology master's, so that's been like pretty full time. I just haven't really got a chance to film anything, and I was away over the summer holidays. I went to France and India, so basically, yeah, not only have I not had time to film, I just haven't been reading a lot of like manga recently, which is sort of like the point of this channel, was to review manga. But I'm going to go to Japan in December, and I'm thinking I might vlog some of the stuff there. I've never vlogged before, but I think it might be quite good for anyone that's never been to Japan, just to see, because I like going to bookstores and I like going to like the big mega like manga outlets they've got there, so that's what I was planning to do. But anyway, just as like a quick kind of opinion thing, sorry, I'm something in my mouth. As a quick opinion video, I thought I'd just rank like my top 5 favourite Ghibli movies. For any of you who don't know, Ghibli was started in like the 1970s by Hayao Miyazaki and a couple of other directors which he met while he was working in, I think it was a Toei Animation Studios. And he released films like Spirited Away and House Moving Castle. Basically, I think Ghibli is like probably the best animation house in the whole world right now. I love Pixar, don't get me wrong. I love Pixar, I love Disney, I love Leica Studios, all of those. But I think Ghibli, especially because it's Japanese, has like a quite special place in my heart, and I've been watching it like my entire life. So I think I'm just going to quickly go through what I think are the top 5, and obviously you can just agree or disagree. Some of the Ghibli films aren't as good as others, I think, because I recently read Miyazaki's sort of diary thoughts. I'll review that book later as well, but he actually isn't so into fantasy, kind of supernatural stuff as you would think. He's more into kind of technology side, like, so something like Laputa, there was a huge focus on like the aeroplanes and things, and that's actually what he's really into, because his dad was like a mechanic during the Second World War. But I definitely prefer the kind of fantasy stuff. But Ghibli does that absolutely amazingly, and nothing can take that away from them. So yeah, so number 5 for me personally is a film called The Cat Returns. I don't think a lot of people have seen this film, but it's so good. I also really like cats anyway. But it's sort of like a sequel or a prequel to Whisper of the Heart, which is another one I will talk about. It's about this girl who, for some reason, gets turned into a cat, and she has to like, turn back into human again, and there's recurring characters. But it's just such a cute story, and it's all the cats in it are really cute. It's really clever how they kind of make the cats seem really human, but they're obviously not human. And it's all like based in like a fantasy world, and it's just really good. Really recommend that. Number 4 is My Neighbor Totoro. I mean, anyone who hasn't seen this needs to go see it right now. It is amazing, if not ridiculously trippy. Like, I was watching it with my friend the other day, and I realised like I accepted all the stuff in it as normal when I was younger, but looking back on it now, it's really weird. Like, there's like a bus that's shaped like a cat, and you can like go inside the cat. And me and my friend were like, that's so weird actually, because you're essentially just sitting on its like organs, basically, but it's not real. But that is absolutely amazing. I love Next Door Neighbor Totoro. Number 3 is another one which I think not a lot of people have seen. It's called Whisper of the Heart. This is like one of the Ghibli does sort of like real life scenario films quite a lot. So not fantasy at all, they're more kind of real life. So The Wind Rises, which is the most recent one they released, is more that. There's like dream sequences, but there's not a lot of sort of supernatural stuff going on. But out of all of those they've done, I think Whisper of the Heart is my favourite. Like, I absolutely love Whisper of the Heart. It's about this girl and this boy, and they like have a thing, and he knows what he wants to do with his life and she doesn't. And it's like a kind of like a bit cheesy, like a kind of high school romance, but it's better because there's other characters in it as well, and it's just such a sweet, such a like heartwarming story, I think, and the animation's really good as well. And I don't know, and the soundtrack is good. It's just like, whenever I watch it, it makes me want to like go back to Japan and stuff, which not a lot of films do that. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. Number 2 is House Within Castle. I know this was like one of their more kind of popular commercial hits, but I actually went to see it in the cinema when it was released like 10 years ago, and it was just so good. And I like how Ghibli take kind of Western stories and make them like their own and like sort of make up a kind of European world for it, and this is what happens in House Within Castle. For a start, I love Hal. I think he's amazing. I actually think the American dubbing for this is weirdly good in comparison to the other movies they've done. I always watch Ghibli films in Japanese because I think the American dubbing is terrible. But I'm gonna tell you one thing is that Christian Bale does the voice of Hal, so already that's like a plus. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's just such a cool character. And Sophie's really good in it as well, his like sidekick, and it's just, oh, it's such a great film. I can watch it over and over again, and every time I watch it, it just makes me feel happy, basically, and like I just appreciate the animation even more. So I 100% recommend that as well. And of course, number 1 is, I think, my favourite film of all time, which is Spirited Away. This was like the one which really brought Ghibli to like the forefront of Western animation culture, I guess. For anyone who doesn't know the plot, I'll just briefly summarise it. It's about this girl called Chihiro who gets like enveloped into this like magical fantasy world, but you don't know if it happened or didn't happen, all the things that happened in the film until the very end. I personally accept it as everything that happens to her in the film did actually happen, but there is an element of a dream sequence being suggested, but that's just up to you to see. And it's just such an amazing film. Like, I can't even express how much I like it. I think what it is that it really pushes the imagination so far, but it just shows that with good animation, it doesn't have to be like fake. Yet you can believe in a world that was completely created in somebody's mind, just because the animation is really good. I would love to like see where inspired this area from Miyazaki. I know he's really into like Japanese, historical Japanese culture and stuff. I'm sure there's somewhere in Japan where you looked at it for, you know what, this bathhouse, this lake, this pigsty, whatever, this all can come together and like form a setting for an amazing film, which unusual for Ghibli, isn't based on a previous story. It's something that Miyazaki literally thought up of himself, and yeah, I just think it's so good. It's a bit hard to explain the plot really, like I think you should just go and see it. But I have seen it with some of my friends who aren't so used to watching anime, and they just can't like emotionally handle what is going on screen. It's too strange for them. There's a lot of kind of voodoo magic-y thing that goes on, but this is just 100% pure Japanese culture, to be honest, and like I completely get it, if you know what I mean. All like Japanese people are really into like horror and ghosts and like animals coming to life and like revenge and all this kind of thing. It's very like ingrained into like, I think, Japanese psyche. I think if you aren't used to that, you just need to deal with it and accept it and just watch it for what it is, which is like an amazing film, an amazing story. But yeah, oh, it's so good. So yeah, that was just a really quick video talking about my top 5 Ghibli films. Let me know what you think, and maybe I'll do like a breakdown of all the films, and I'll see what I like, say what I liked and didn't like about them. I'll put the Wikipedia pages down below so you can just look up the plots and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!